We do things like football games, and we go to the high school game, and we perform in the stands, and that's kind of preparation for high school, like marching band and things. We do that, and then we do pep rallies on our campus, and then we do concerts. We sit on the stage, dress real nice, and play some really nice music, and we do competitions and fun trips and field trips and things like that. So it's a really cool experience. We do things like what we're doing today, travel around and play music for people. And we have a lot of different instrument options. There's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different instrument options that you can play. And they're all similar, every instrument has a family. And so we're gonna go through those families and just demonstrate quickly what these instruments sound like. So you guys know there's the string family of instruments. You learned that in music class, right? What's another family of instruments? I want a family, so not a specific instrument, but a family. Let's get some help.
Wind.
So there's the winds. Now in the winds, there's the... so when we talk about winds, so y'all use winds. Woodwind, good, because some people say winds referring to just like the woodwinds, but winds really refers to any instrument that you blow through, which is 99% of the instruments in the band. So there's the woodwinds, and the other family is percussion, that's the things you strike, and then the other one is brass. All right, so we're going to go through those families really quick. Let's look at the woodwind family. In the woodwind family, we have the highest pitched instrument is the flute. Really, it's the piccolo. Eston, can you hold up the piccolo? That's the piccolo. It's like a small, short flute. It's an octave higher than the flute. And then, can somebody hold up a flute? And there's a flute. And I think we're going to have a flute piccolo duet. Is that the idea? All right, they're going to demonstrate the flute and the piccolo together. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was going to happen today. Good job, guys. Can you hear the difference though in the pitch? Like when you hear a flute, you think, oh, that's really high pitched, and then you hear the piccolo. Oh my goodness, that's really, really high pitched. So that's really nice. And then we have the oboe. The oboe is a double reed instrument, and we have one oboe player in the band. And can you just demonstrate what it sounds like, Addison? And she's going to play something, but she's not going to play it by herself. And next to the oboe, we have a clarinet. Can you play a little clarinet? And then next to her, you see a larger clarinet with like a silver bell. That's called a bass clarinet. And she's going to demonstrate that one for you. And they're going to play something together too. I think Jordan and the whole front row there is going to play all the clarinet oboe mixture. So let's listen to them. All right, good job, girls. And then we're going around to the saxophone. So we have one more woodwind instrument with us today is the saxophone. And we have an alto sax, and then can you hold up the tenor sax? And there's a tenor sax, and we don't have a bari sax with us today, but there's also a bari sax, which is bigger. Who's playing today, guys? All right, Austin is going to play his tenor sax. So this is the lower sounding saxophone. Did I miss any woodwinds? All right, no? Somebody said brass. Who said brass? One of you guys? Right, so the brass family is the next set of instruments we have. So we're going to go to the highest pitched brass, which is a trumpet back there. And Trip is going to demonstrate a little trumpet for you. Good job, Trip. And next to the trumpets, if you look down on this side, and French horns, can you guys hold your horns up? We have the French horn. See, it's a little bit larger than a trumpet. It has a kind of a funny shape. It's got a really nice sound. Who's going to demonstrate French horn? Jesse? And then in the back, we have a lower sounding brass instrument. It's the trombone. Can you guys hold those up? And you can note, if you look carefully, you see like the trombone on the end is actually a little bit larger. That's a bass trombone. And we're going to have, who's demonstrating? Jared, Brendan? Jared and Brendan are going to demonstrate trombone for you. And next to the trombones are the euphoniums. Euphoniums, can you hold those up? So they actually sound in the same range as a trombone, they just have a different tone. And you play them with your fingers instead of with a slide. And let's listen to them play. So did you guys hear how that it was in the same range as a trombone, but a completely different sound? And then our lowest instrument is Kevin back there. He has the long hair and the big tuba. And Kevin is going to play a little something on the tuba for us. So if you've ever dreamed of playing the national anthem at a professional sporting event or somewhere like that, and you play the tuba, don't let it stop you, because the tuba can also play the national anthem. All right. Oh, and then in the back we have the guys that are standing up patiently waiting to strike something. Would you like to hear them strike something? All right, this is the percussion section. We have two main instruments that we teach in 6th grade. One of them is the snare drum. How many of you guys have heard of a snare drum before? So if you become a percussionist, you'll spend half your time learning snare drum, and the other half your time learning xylophone. So we're going to demonstrate both the snare drum and xylophone, because those are the two instruments that a 6th grader would learn to play the most. So let's hear whoever wants to go first. So, we demonstrated all those instruments because if you sign up for band, the most important step that you will take this semester is you will come sit with me or Mr. Blakey, and we will try instruments with you. We'll try to narrow it down to what the best instrument for you is. How many of you guys already have an idea of an instrument you'd like to play? Okay, how many of you already play an instrument? And how many of you think it would be fun to play an instrument but you have no clue what you want to play? And all of that is okay. When you walk into the band hall, if you sign up for band, when you walk in and you meet with us, if you tell us, I would really like to play this instrument, then we will try it with you. And if you say, I don't know what I'd like to play, then we'll try everything we need to with you. And if you already play an instrument, we'll say, well, bring it and play it for us, and we'll listen to you play it. We have kids from all stages in their musical experience that join band, and we will teach you everything that you need to know to be successful. The one thing I will say is we don't let kids make that choice independently. So you're not going to come and say, I think I want to play the trumpet, and then I write you down for trumpet and send you home. If you say, I want to play the trumpet, then I'm going to let you actually try to play the trumpet. I'm going to spend some time with you trying to make it work. And if it works, then that's probably the path we'll go. But if it doesn't work, I might say, that doesn't seem to be working. Let's try this instrument. We have like 13 different instruments, and we need to put kids on every single one of those instruments. And we also want you to be on something that you're going to be really successful on. And so we may guide you to some other ideas that you maybe maybe didn't have. And we ask you guys to have an open mind and be willing, because most of these kids are playing instruments that were not the instrument they thought they were going to play when they showed up. So before we finish, I'm going to take just a few questions, and then we have one more fun little thing for you guys. That's how you think we had it earlier. You got the outfit, that's right. The question about braces, do braces affect your ability to play? Yes. They make it just a little challenging at first, but we make adjustments. If you already have braces, you're going to find that it's really not going to be a big deal, because you're going to learn to play with braces. It's when you get braces and you've already been playing for a while that you find that adjustment becomes a little bit of a problem. But usually most kids get over that pretty quickly, and if you don't, then we make adjustments to what you play. For example, we had a kiddo this year, Johanna played the trumpet. She's an amazing trumpet player. She got braces. We kept pushing through the trumpet. She was not progressing the way she wanted to progress. So we switched her over to euphonium, and in about a month, she's an amazing euphonium player now. She made region on euphonium, and now she sits back there and just does such a good job every day. So if it becomes an issue, we work with you to help you overcome it. Am I a fan of the saxophone? Are you asking if I'm a fan of the instrument or the players? Depends. I'm not going to answer the question. Yes, I like the saxophone and the players. Yes? Am I going to be your teacher forever, if that's what you're asking? No. But at Dulles, we are a unique place. We're the only campus in Fort Bend ISD where the high school and the middle school are literally right next door to each other. You walk out our band hall, and you are in the high school band hall in about 10 steps. And same for orchestra. You walk out, and you walk into the high school, and the orchestra room is just right there. We're so close, and so we stay in really close contact and communication communication with the directors and the kids that go to high school. So you will see us regularly. I just won't be your teacher every single day for your high school life. Yes. The harmonica is an instrument. What? A jar of mayonnaise, if played correctly, can be an instrument. Where can you learn to play guitar? You can't learn to play guitar in band or orchestra. That's something you could do at like a private music studio. But if you do play guitar, and you're pretty good at it and you enjoy it, learning to play a string instrument is an easy transition. And we have a jazz band, and you could play guitar in a jazz band. So there are options to be in band or orchestra if you like to play guitar. Same as orchestra, if you sign up for band, once you get selected on, you get placed on an instrument, then we will communicate with your parents how to rent an instrument. You will rent. You'll go to a music store and they'll set you up with everything that you need. And we suggest that you rent because it's the best way to get a quality instrument in your hands at an affordable price.
Who in band and orchestra does something other than band and orchestra?
Who in band or orchestra plays a sport or is part of some other club activity, something other than like, you don't just play your instrument, you do something else that you're pretty involved with. You can see it's a whole bunch of kids. And that's a good question because being in band and orchestra doesn't mean you can't do other things. If you love to play sports, we've got a lot of kids that are really phenomenal athletes and really good players. We got a lot of kids that are in band and orchestra, and they're in JHS, they're on student council, they do other things around the school, and so you can be in multiple activities, and we'll work with your coaches and sponsors to make sure that you can do those successfully. All right, I'm gonna have to say one more, and then we're gonna finish up because we got to get to class. Very cool. All right, guys. Well, if you have any other questions, ask Mr. Rivera. You know this guy. This guy was my trumpet student way back in the day when he was a kid. Yeah, when he was just a year older than you, he was my trumpet student. Yes, he still calls me Mr. Rivera.